Good morning, dear students. Welcome in social science class. Dear students, we have completed two topics of this chapter, the chapter 22, Unpacking Gender, where we have discussed about the gender inequality, the role of boys and girls, and the introduction part. And next topic we have the education and awareness. This was we have already completed in both the sections, whether green, blue, or red. And red we have completed a chapter also, but I'm sending the videos. Those who are not able to uh, join the class must watch these videos. So here I can start. In earlier times, Indian society gave due respect to women. We had famous women philosophers, writers, as well as social reformers, but the situation changed slowly and gradually, and discrimination against women increased and they were denied their rightful place. It happens when earlier period of time, the women were also getting the respectful place in the society. Whether it is related to the philosopher, we were having the great philosopher, women philosophers, writers, social reformers, many were there and they were having the respectful place in the society. But nowadays what happened, many of the women they are facing discrimination in the society. They are not getting the respectful place in their families as well as in the workplace along with the society as well. Here we have the do you know the legal body set up for the protection of women's right in India, the National Commission for Women. If required, then women can go these areas and they can do complaint against the violators. Next, we have look at the picture. These are the women army officers. Although they are enjoying a very high profile status in the defense services, but still somewhere they are lagging behind from the male counterpart. They are not getting same opportunities, same responsibilities which exactly given to the male or the boys. There are some discrimination. Here we have the women drivers, but the ratio of women drivers is less as compared to the male one, because sometimes somewhere what happened, the discrimination is faced by these women drivers, and sometimes that mis happening is also conducted by the male counterparts or the male people against the women in different odd hours. So that thing should not be with the women's. But today, education and awareness has empowered the women to emerge as a powerful force in political and economic spheres. Yes, everywhere the women is taking part and they are working in different manner. Whether we are talking about the politics, just like we have Nirmala Sitharaman, we have uh, we can say that the Meera Kumar, Sonia Gandhi. Earlier, we were having a very great leader, Shrimati Indira Gandhi. Many were the economic spheres, just like we have Indira Nooyi, we have Chanda Kochar. Many are there, the businessmen, the lady businessmen, those who are working in different fields and they are just uplifting themselves also. Many women social activists like Nafisa Ali we have had led strong movements against the government. In politics, women have shown the world that they are capable of being eminent leaders. Nowadays, Aung San Suu Kyi of Myanmar, she is also very much in the news. That a very famous lady of Myanmar, we can say that Hillary Clinton in different countries. If international level, we can see we can talk about. Then there are also many women leaders. They are working in different manner and they have achieved international fame in the world of writing. The writers also we have fashion world. We also have like we you can take example of different Miss World, Miss Universe, Herbal Beauty. We have like Shanaz Ali. Then we have information technology in IT industries. Many women workers are working. Medicines, doctors. We have here engineers also. We have teaching aeronautics. We have a very great example of Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams. Games and sports we are having here like Fogar sisters. We have like we have Saina Mirza, Saina Nehwal. Uh, so many are there along with them. Sindhu, PV Sindhu is there. Lots of Mary Com. So many are there. Similarly, education makes the women aware of these rights, their rights. Yes, if education is given to the women, or the girls, then or in right manner they can uplift themselves, their rightful place in the society, and the factors that hamper their growth. It empowers a woman to recognize her potential and end the gender bias. Yes, it happens whenever they are getting education. They can aware themselves what is right, what is wrong, and they are capable of uh, doing and reducing the gender biasness. Gender biasness means gender discrimination, and recognizing their potential also, because they know that what their capabilities are there, and due to education they can increase their potential level as well as their uh, responsibilities and their capabilities also. Here is an example that a new taxi service in Mumbai has been powered with a team of well educated, reliable, and courteous drivers. Earlier it was by the male counterparts, but nowadays the girls or the women also taking part in these areas. Delhi tourism has started Project Priyadarshini, very famous. If question will arises there, which project has been started by the Delhi tourism for especially for the women? That this one is Project Priyadarshini, where what they can do, they can uh, hire a women cab drivers and a tourist guides as well. Just like if you visit Taj Mahal or some other historical places, we will find there are some guides. We find there are some cab drivers. Earlier we were finding them, the boys were there or the male counterparts were there, but nowadays the girls or the women counterparts are also appointed in such areas, especially for the tourism point of view, and where the cab drivers are women as well as the guides are also women. They are guiding the tourists in different manner, especially the foreign tourists. Look at this here, already we have discussed. Next we have the International Women's Day celebrated on March 8 every year. We know everyone knows this thing. And here we have a case study of Poonam, a very poor girl, belongs to a South Indian family and lives in a village where they did not even have a bus service. She was walking and just reaching towards the school, but her mother insisted on sending her to school as she was exceptionally bright child. Exceptionally means she was a bright child among the others. She stood first in her district in class 10th. Her father wanted to get her married because her family pressure, but her teacher persuaded him to let her study. Yes, the financial conditions were not that much strong. Look at the picture also of the Poonam. Alright, the financial conditions were not that much strong, because that's why her father don't want to continue to get her to her studies, and he wanted to get her married at the very early age. But her teachers, her mother cannot be in favor of his her father, and she continued her studies. And then her family had to face a lot of criticism from other society members, because maybe in their society the girls are not getting the higher educations, but she got. And the whole village was thrilled when Poonam passed class 12th with flying colors and was given scholarship. And later she completed her PhD in physics and now teaching in Delhi University. A very important part, we can say that, from the Poonam's side, and it's also a kind of a role model. She can be a role model for the other poor women, girls, women's, or as well as the girls in different village areas. Next, we have the Poonam proved to be a torch bearer for many other rural girls who otherwise would not have received any education or awareness, but the real credit goes to her illiterate parents who withstood the social pressure and gave a chance to their daughter to make a better life for herself. It is that's why it is necessary to give education for a daughter or a girl child. Then only a economy as well as a society can be uh, develop, as well as they can grow up in different manner. Now the need of gender equality. Why there is a need of gender equality? We have already discussed the discrimination between the boys and girls, the equal status between the boys and girls, but now we are going to discuss about the need of gender equality, why it is required in these days. Gender inequality hurts the interest not only the girls as well as the grown up women, but also of boys and men who play an important role in achieving gender equality. Sometimes what happens, the boys are also supporting the girls as well as the women. The men, they are supporting the women, but some family pressures are there. By them, they are not able to give proper response and proper respect to their work, as well as, and they are not able to give the proper chance as well as opportunities to the women counterparts, so that the equal sharing of responsibility and harmonious partnership between women and men are necessary for a well-being of their family as well as for Indian democracy. It happens most of the time the female is discriminated and exploited in the family, but the male counterpart sometimes they are supporting their female counterpart, and sometimes they are not supporting. So it's not like that. If they both are working, then they have to work along with each other and they have to support to each other. Even they have to share the responsibilities as well. Shared power and responsibility between women and men at home, in the workplace, at national and international levels would help to create harmony within the family and the society. Then only it will create the harmony and the brotherhoodness. Simple, we can say that, where they can deserve their different manners, and everybody deserves equal status. It's not like that only the women are meant for the household chores and men only meant for the outside work. They can equally responsible for each and everything, so that equally they can share their work at home as well as the outside. So even whether we are talking about the household chores or even we are talking about the child care as well, because it's not only the responsibility of women to do child care, equally they have to share responsibilities. Then only they can understand each other and they can understand the feelings of each other. Then only the women as well as the men can uplift themselves as well as their family, so that it should share the childcare and household work to enhance the understanding of the issues of gender equality. So this was all about the chapter, and here we have the different famous ladies or women rulers, we can say that, or the ladies, those who can give a spark, and they are also a role model, we can say that, who has given the spark to the other women's in the society. Like we have Rani Lakshmi Bai, Sarojini Naidu, Amrita Pritam, Mahadevi Verma. You might be have read many poems of her and stories of her in Hindi. And Mahashweta Devi. These were the famous lady women rulers, we can say that, in different fields. So this was all about the chapter. You read it, listen the videos carefully, then only you are able to understand what exactly is there in the chapter. So this was all about the chapter. Thank you.